So this is a bit personal, but now you have a 4-year-old daughter who's also into dancing, right? How do you feel about immersing her into your passion?
Well, I didn't push for it really. Of course, you know, I go performing, so we take her to dress rehearsal or stage rehearsal, things like that. Because, you know, it's a great education. There's orchestra playing, people are dancing, all the sets and things like that. So, you know, there's no way not to expose a child from early age to all this culture.
Yeah.
So we did that. So naturally, she's interested in it. She wants to do it. She wants to be the mouse in Nutcracker, whatever. So we put her into like kids ballet. But we also put her into swimming, tap dance.
Yeah, so she can try different activities.
Exactly.
And find
now,
what
you know,
she likes, right?
Her favorite artist now is Katy Perry. So now she wants to join a choir.
Yeah,
Why
so she
not?
wants to sing now?
Yeah, but choir and ballet, it's the same day. So like, what you gonna do? Well, she'd rather do choir. So we say, okay, no ballet for a year. See what happens. You can pick it up if you miss it.
Yeah.
Like I don't necessarily want her to
Become a ballet dancer.
Yeah, because I know how hard it is, and I know how financially challenging it can be sometimes. And you have to love it to dance because it hurts a lot. You have to sacrifice a lot, but you know, I will definitely not stop her from doing it if she wanted to. But I will definitely tell her all the truth about it, ups and downs and things like that, so she can make her own decision.
What do you think of the Japanese dance scene, specifically the ballet scene? Do you think it's up to global standards?
This is a hard one. Because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, right?
It's okay, it's okay.
Well, yeah, the dancers' technique, in a technical, physical level, I think so. But the trouble is more the administration, the artistic staff. Because Japan has a very old traditional theater, kabuki, no theater, kyogen, and things like that. And they have their, you know, very unique way of viewing things. The trouble is that Japanese ballet kind of adopted some of the way things...
elements?
No, not the art itself. How they deal with things.
Okay.
How things are being passed on. How teacher to teacher deal with each other and things like that. And that is definitely getting in the way. Like you go to this one ballet school, so you can't go to the other one.
Oh,
it's different.
Like you have to be loyal to your school and that.
Yeah, and you know, you have to pay to do the lead. You have to pay so much to blah blah blah. So many obstacles that just gets in the way of you being a pure artist or creating art, period. So people have to understand, if you're going to adapt an art, you have to adopt the culture and inheritance as well.
Yeah, you have to adapt to the ways of that art, right?
Yeah, so of course, if you adopt kabuki theater's good parts, why not? Go ahead. If you adopt, you know, no theater's great advantages, please go ahead. But they're contaminating each other with old tradition that has nothing to do with the art itself. So that's getting definitely in the way. But there's nothing I can do about it because the generation is, you know, the people who's leading the ballet scene now has that state of mind.
Yeah,
so me saying it is not going to change their mind. They'll, you know.
You can only hope next generation
will change it.
We change it, yeah.
And I think certain people are doing so. So I'm very hopeful with, you know, people above my generation, that the generation that's in between, because I've talked to them a lot, and they're very, very. I would say it's very optimistic, and like not just ballet, contemporary, and all that. There are so many skilled dancers and artists and creators that it will be amazing.
The future is bright.
Yeah. The only trouble is that Tokyo's tendency of being a, excuse my dirty word, brand whore. You know what I mean? I don't know if I can...
About dancing, what do you mean?
It's not just about dancing in general. Because there's so much information in Tokyo.
Yeah.
That you kind of need a security, that insurance that this will be actually good, right? So people tend to go for big names, famous names, supported by this famous artist, blah 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 blah, things like that. So the independent actual quality sometimes gets, missed.
Kind of like neglected.
Mm-hmm, because I don't know this person.
Yeah, so it must be bad.
It's not famous. I don't want to risk spending this 5,000 yen and not see a good show. You know what I mean? Like, that's where the dilemma comes from.
So that may limit, some good artists, but who are not sponsored by any big companies or other big artists, right?
And the big production companies, they don't support anything that is not a definite sell. So there lies the problem too, right? Being famous doesn't necessarily mean quality, right?
Yeah, not at all, right?
But of course, if you have to pay $80, I see why it's a tough decision to make. But I really hope that people will be a little more
willing to take a risk, adventurous, to see something new that can be very creative and maybe, I'm definitely high quality as well, right?
Exactly. So we'll see.
Could you please send a message to those young Japanese people thinking of venturing abroad, especially those who are also interested in dancing?
I would definitely say, whichever country you go to, make sure you learn the language of that country.
Before going?
You can learn a little bit before, but just to have a little bit of knowledge. But definitely over there, speak in that nation's language. Don't resort to either English or, hanging out with Japanese too much, that you kind of isolate yourself away from the whole, cultural scene or that country's people. Because I've seen that a lot. You live in a dorm and there are a bunch of Japanese students, and this Japanese new student just joins them.
Yeah,
and all they do is speaking Japanese, eating Japanese food, reading Japanese books.
Yeah, I know. I can relate to that. Like for some of the foreign students in Japan, it's easy to do that. Just stick to the foreigners. They speak English, so it's gonna be more fun. But after a while, it's like a waste of time, right?
Yeah, it's totally waste of time, waste of money, like your parents' money, even worse. And it's just a shame, and it's disrespectful to the country, I find. You're a guest in a country, you better learn the language they speak. You know what I mean? You better learn a little bit about that country. That's the least that you can do. It's like you go to someone's house, and you don't just start opening cabinets or, do your thing. You just only eat whatever you want to eat. You have a certain way of behaving at someone else's home. And I think that's the same in the country as well. And, if you want to dance, that's fine. But, dancing is about being an artist anyway. And I always think that sometimes artists are glorified as this great, divine intervention kind of thing. But I feel like you as a person has to grow above anything else. Be a great person, and then that will lead to great art. So I don't want people like ballet dancers. Some of them just stay in the studio and just practice. But I don't think that creates necessarily a great dancer. Like, you're supposed to express certain feelings, certain aspects of life. So you need to live your life, I think. Like, get out there, go to club, go drinking, go do illegal things that won't get you in jail, let's say. But you know what I mean, and really mingle with culture.
So you advise them not to get obsessed over dancing.
Exactly. It's about living your life, first and foremost. Have fun, right? Like, what kind of, to go to abroad, studying, not many people get that opportunity. So you have to cherish that, and you have to,
make good use of it, and not only study hard, but also party hard, kind of.
Yeah.
Get to know people, do
if you don't
fun
appreciate
stuff.
every single way, the life will slap you in the face. And you deserve it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we don't deserve to have that fortune, really. Like, some people can't even, live their life.
So thank you very much for, I know you're very busy, but you still came here. Thanks a lot for that. And I wish you a lot more of success for now. And I hope your daughter also finds what she likes the best and becomes passionate about it. So thanks very much. See you next time, hopefully. Thank you.
Did you see Miley Cyrus? And
Oh my god, who hasn't seen her? Yeah, she's been like in every news. Come on, that's not a good example. There are better
no,
examples,
but you see,
right?
like, 3 of us are watching that on YouTube. And my wife and I are like, ooh, gosh, And then my daughter goes, no, Mommy, Daddy, I like it. What's wrong with this? I go, oh, I guess that's true. Because every teenager is the same, bro. Oh, why not?
Once in a lifetime, right?
Exactly.
Well, let's see how it goes. She's still very young. She's like 4 or 5?
4.
4. Okay. Yeah, too young.